Have you been told your whole life it's selfish to think of yourself first, to put yourself first? Well, what if I told you that not putting yourself first is actually where the problem is? I'm going to show you how putting yourself first is not selfish and how you can start doing that right away and not feel guilty about it. Do you feel guilty for saying no or for taking time for yourself? Why should you be putting the needs of others before your own needs? How is it that you can take care of others if you're not taking care of yourself? How do you serve or take care of others and pour into someone else's cup when your cup is empty? Taking care of yourself first isn't selfish. It's actually necessary. You can't take care of others if you're not taking care of yourself first. Constantly of giving of yourself all the time, if you're always giving, and you're not taking time to receive, to get fed and to get nurtured, this causes problems. How can you give from an empty cup? I started being a caregiver when I was 18 years old. My mother had had a massive heart attack, so I had to take care of her. And I was okay doing that. However, it came with some sacrifices. It meant I had to be in by 9:30. And my friends didn't get it. What was like, well, why do you have to be in by 9:30? It's ridiculous. Well, because my mom has a hard time going back to sleep. All right, so thinking it from another perspective, did she have to get up early in the morning? No, not really. But it was something that I did to accommodate her. After about 6 months of taking care of her, now it was summertime. The weather was great, and I was going to go to a new water park that was just outside of town with a couple friends. I'm getting ready to head out the door just as my siblings and their spouses are coming in. And one of them says, "Where do you think you're going?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to the water park." And then one of them says, "Oh no, you don't. Like, why do you get to go to the water park? Well, we're washing the curtains and the walls and this and that." Well, my mom actually tore a strip off of my sibling and said, "Oh no, she is going. She is going to that water park because she's been the one here for the last 6 months taking care of me." I didn't or would not have had the guts to stand up to my older sibling at that time to say that. But my mom saw the necessity of me having to pour back into myself to take care of myself, go and have some fun, because you can't give. You can't give of yourself when you're depleted. Does this story resonate with you? If it does, put a comment below. Share your story. I'd love to hear your story, and your stories help other people. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like. How can a car drive? Well, it needs gas. And once it gets to a certain point, if you don't refuel it, it stops. Well, we're the same. We need to get refueled. We need to get re-energized. And it's so important to take that self-care. Okay, so what if your kids want to go have a play date and you go get a manicure and pedicure, and other people say, "Oh, wow, you're so selfish. Your kids want to have a play date and you go for a pedicure and a manicure?" No. You're nurturing yourself. You're taking care of yourself, pouring back into yourself so you can have that time for rest, for recovery. It's like there's lots of time for the kids to have play dates or other things. But you cannot pour into others from an empty cup. If you've ever flown anywhere, perhaps you might have listened to the spiel when the plane takes off. They talk about all of the safety, and one of the things they talk about is, should there be a change in the cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop down. Give it a tug. Put on your own oxygen mask first before helping others around you. Well, why is that? Well, of course, it's pretty plain and simple. You need that oxygen. You need that oxygen in you to breathe, because if you don't get that oxygen and how, the plane is going down or something, or whatever it's doing, how can you take care of the other ones that you're supposed to take care of? If you put on their oxygen mask first, they're not going to know how to take care of you, especially if they're little ones or someone else that just can't take care of you. It's important that you take care of yourself. When you don't take care of yourself, that's when resentment comes in, when tiredness comes in, and crankiness comes in. You need to take those times to restore, to regenerate, and energize yourself. When you're taking that time to take care of yourself, to prioritize yourself, put yourself first, you're sending out a message. The message you're sending out isn't, I'm selfish and I don't care about anyone else. No. The message that you're sending out is, I care about me. And it also shows other people how to take care of you, how to respect. It's a way of letting others know what you will and you will not put up with. You're not saying, oh, you don't matter, I don't care about you. No. You're actually saying the opposite. You're saying, I care enough about me to take care of myself so I can care about you and the things in your world. Boundaries. Boundaries are another way of prioritizing yourself, being selfish, self-caring. It's okay to be full of yourself. Boundaries are so important. When you have small children, you set a boundary. You don't go running out into traffic. Why is that boundary there? Well, that boundary is there to keep them safe. It's to keep everyone safe. When you set personal boundaries, you're also telling other people, hey, I care enough about me to let you know you're safe. You're safe by, you know what the regulations are, you know what the rules are, you know what I will and will not find is acceptable, or what you can and can't do safely. And that also applies to how a person treats you. You establish those boundaries. Setting those boundaries, it doesn't say, well, I'm better than you and I don't care about you. No, it actually says just the opposite. It says you care about yourself. And it also says, I care about you enough. I care about you enough to let you know where the perimeters are so you do feel safe. And I care about you enough to not allow you to behave in that manner. I care enough about you to not allow you to speak to me that way. And it shows respect for yourself and it shows respect for others. How can you truly, truly respect others around you if you're not respecting yourself? It goes along with self-love. How do you know what love is? How can you say you love other people until you love yourself? It's the same way with boundaries, with self-care, with putting yourself first. When you put yourself first, everyone benefits from it. How many people have heard that saying, happy wife, happy life? Or when mom's happy, everyone's happy. Because what happens when you're doing for others? Well, you get tired, especially if it's not coming back to you. If you're not taking that time to replenish yourself, to replenish your soul, and letting others help you. When you are replenishing, then you're happier. Because if you don't, you're going to get tired, you're going to get burnt out, you're going to get cranky, you're going to get resentful. So being selfish, if you want to call it that, it equates to self-loving. And it means then you can have more patience. You can be more calm. You're able to be present in the moment. And you are happier. If this message resonates with you, please share with someone. I would also love to share with you a free gift, how to say no and be empowered. It's an amazing ebook with exercises in it, And if you would like a copy of that for free, then just pop me a message down below saying gift, or you can just get a hold of me through the description below. I'm Elizabeth, your intuitive spiritual counselor. Be blessed and have a great day. And remember, be selfish.